YouTube? It is Taylor, and I'm here today with a special guest, Haley.
Hey!
Hey guys, we're excited to share with you today a video about networks. And just to give a little intro, Haley is another co-worker with me with Blue Sky Benefits. So she is also a leader within the company, and so I am very excited to have her with me today as we're working together on building our business. So we wanted to make a video, like I said, about networks and really about how having a network has changed both of our lives. And so I will have Haley start off just by sharing her personal journey and how networking has influenced her life.
So I'm sure you all have heard by now the cliche, your network is your net worth. And whether or not you put a financial price on everything in your life, there is value behind everything that you do. So your network, when we're looking at your network, it doesn't always have to be a financial dollar amount. You might be looking at your health and thinking, wow, I really need to level up my health. My health is going to give me longevity in my life, vitality. I'll be able to go out and live my life as necessarily and be very confident in who I am. So having somebody who might be a step or two above you, fitness-wise, and you bring them into your network and that they hold you accountable, make you level up in that diaphragm. But, if we're talking about business, it goes the same way. And I think, Taylor, you understand like the level of manifestation and the way that the magnetism or polarity of how things happen come when you have people who are a few steps above you. So once you find those people that you want in your corner, they instantly level you up. There's this gravitational effect that pulls you up a little bit to the level where they're at or closer to the level they're at anyway. My personal journey, growing up, I always felt a little bit different. People really liked me. I'm very outgoing. I felt like people saw me for who I was. They liked the type of energy that I give off, but it was very few and far between that I felt like people really understood who I was internally. And after I got out of, like that high school age into what you would consider your adult life, there was this portion of time, and I know that after people go through this all the time. You get out there, you're really trying to figure out who you are. Things that you might have been good at before, you don't really have those in your life, especially if you're an athlete. There's not very many people who level up through, athletic events. So we start looking at different ways where we can still use that in our life and still be who we are. So for me, I went to college. I got a professional's degree that I half use, half don't use. And then
Same.
and then, you're left over with like, well, now what? Now what do you do? Well, the normal path is obviously to go to college. You get pushed on this path to whether it's a bachelor's degree or a technical degree or whatever you're trying to do. And then you go find a job, right? And when you go find a job, it's usually at this base starting level. You have the education, but you don't have the experience to really put you on a way of fulfillment, I guess to say. And internally at that point, I was really struggling. I knew that I had so much to offer. I have so much to give. I'm a very quick learner. I can integrate things really quickly. But, what am I doing with my life? I'm not getting any fulfillment out of it. I'm feeling this constant struggle about who I am. And, the unfortunate part for me was I got really sick. And when I got really sick, there was a life event that really hit the switch for me. And so after that happened, I did this really deep reflection about life, seeing where I didn't like my time at, all of the things that I want to accomplish in my life. And then after I came out of that, I've just been on that road ever since. For other people, that life event might vary, or you just might be sitting with a level of unfulfillment and you don't know where to look. Well, after I started finding my network and finding people who deeply understood me and our core values aligned, it had this polarizing effect on me. And I knew that I wanted to achieve a high level of what I view as success, especially in business. And I started surrounding myself with people who have already achieved that. And so when I was talking to these people and I felt like I could be fully transparent and openly share my goals and dreams and who I was as a person, the things that didn't really seem realistic became 20 times more realistic, and all the doors open. Like every day, I feel like I have opportunity after opportunity after opportunity laid in front of me, and I get the decision as to whether or not I take them. And it's allowed me so much more leverage in my life, and I'm going to let Taylor speak on that a little bit more.
Yeah, that's really what has brought us together, to be able to work together in an environment that allows us to be able to elevate, right? And the level of 5, right, as we've mentioned before, is that those people are the 5 people that you spend the most time with are the people that you're going to become. Whether that's a good or a bad or a up versus down type of situation is completely up to you. And so, I know through my personal journey, every single thing that I've had access to and that I've been, introduced into has all been because of my network. So different jobs that I've had, different places that I've been, have all been opened up by people that I knew and that I was, wanting to talk to and work with. Even our first rental property was, due to a really great connection that I had. And so that's really what we wanted to chat with you about, is how to encourage you to find a network and really how to just utilize it. So if you don't have access to, a group or some sort of a club or, whatever you want to call it, you can start making your own. So as Haley mentioned, if you want to be better in fitness and health, well, there's lots of people out there that are posting either on social media that you see they have a website, that you see that they have a book. All of these people that you look up to have started to create their own groups and their own communities. So the first place that I would encourage you to look is on social media, is through the internet. There are so many people out there that want to help you get better, that there's no shortage of those people around. So if it's specifically with health and wellness, if you're looking at beefing up your finances, business, anything like that, any of the people that you already are in touch with through social media, they're probably most likely have other groups, within the social media communities. So that would be a first thing to start looking at, is those type of things. If you don't have anybody like that you enjoy following their content, then you can literally just make a quick Google search on how to find these people in these industries.
It's literally anything.
It's anything you want. Like if you are into, if you're into cars and you love to build things and tinker, with those things, that would be something that there's a massive community of people out there that have very similar interests and that want to help you get to that next level. And then the last tip that I'll add in, and I know you probably will have some too, but the last one is, within your community. So if you have, whether you're from a small town or you're from a big area, there are people out there that you know of that are achieving the dreams that you want to achieve. So if you're a new real estate agent and there's, a stellar real estate agent out there, start reaching out to these people through direct messaging, through emails, through phone calls, through whatever means necessary to try to get them into having coffee with you, to try to get them to be interested in chatting with you. And what I find is that people that are mentors and people that are, at a higher level of a step that you want to be at, those people are always going to want more for you as well. The people that are wanting to, grow themselves also understand that there's a level of fulfillment that goes with helping grow others. So, of course, there's really successful people that are really busy, but the people that you want to be around and the people you want to be like are the people that are willing to talk to you and willing to help you. Do you have anything to add to that, Haley?
Yeah, mm-hmm. The one thing that I would add to that is usually the people who get to the type of success that you want to experience, almost 100% of the time in my experience is they want to make an impact on people. Mm-hmm. And so the reason that they're in business, the reason they offer a specific product, the reason that they help people with health and wellness, there is some type of mission driving them, behind them to help other people. And the financial success that they've experienced is just a byproduct of that. Their mission to work with people is so much larger. And so, if you have a similar mission that aligns with what they have, and you're looking to have somebody as a mentor, you know, reaching out to them. Anybody that I've ever talked to that, you know, if we were looking at people on a spectrum of, you know, like maybe I'm right here and I'm talking to somebody that's up here that I really admire the way that they go about themselves, how they're very well rounded in their life, have experienced a high level of success that I wish to also experience. And, you know, side note, Taylor, I think you'll agree with this. Never take advice from people who you would not put their shoes on and walk a day in their life.
Yeah.
So if you're not willing to switch shoes with them and have what they have, you know, the opinions that you're getting as unsolicited advice, just don't listen to it. Don't let it have an effect on you that prevents you from even taking this step forward. But going back to the main point, if we're looking at people that I've looked at as mentors, there has never been a time that a question I have asked, they made me feel dumb about asking. You know, even, I guess, risks that I've taken that other people would probably look at as maybe stupid. You know, they've never validated that. They've only looked at it as, you know, we all have our own journey. These are things that I've had to take too. We've all had our share of issues. And honestly, from the people that I know, all of the issues are almost always the same. They just vary in degrees about the way that they affect you. And so if you find someone who's been through those things and you reach out to them, they're usually more than happy to say, you know, here's a faster way to get to where you want and prevent the mistakes.
Mm-hmm. That's really the cool part about having a network of people is that you have people in your corner that are cheering for you. So the methods
Isn't that a game changer?
Yeah, having people cheer for you, it's very cool. But back to the fact is that you can find a network without paying for it, right? So obviously we all know that there's ways that you can go out and pay for a seat at the table. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But if you don't have those funds disposable to you at this time, you know, there's ways to be able to find and tap into those things without having to do that. So, for example, you can go out and join some sort of a networking group in your community. If you want help with learning how to public speak, there's groups that have specific public speaking training that you can join. And of course, like I said, you can pay for being a part of different groups, you know, like Arete, we've mentioned Apex, you know, we're both a member of Apex. And so there's things out there that are available to you. You just have to be able to go out and take the action necessary to start to level up in your life if you have not already.
It's 1 million cups. Do you have to pay for that?
No.
No. So there's networking groups, you know, depending on where you live, whether or not they're available. There's things like 1 million cups, BNI, there is a membership fee, but there's so many networking groups out there, whether they're internet-based or they're in person. I guarantee that there's something for you in the niche that you have, what you're interested in. I would just, you know, even make a list of things that you like to do, whether it's gardening, working out. There's something for everybody. And the thing that really makes me laugh is Taylor keeps bringing up the table. And I always think of, have you guys seen Mean Girls? And she doesn't wear pink on Wednesday, and you can't sit with us. Well, if you can't sit with us, then make your own damn table.
Yes.
Open up your own table.
I love it. Yeah.
Invite the people you want there.
Exactly. Yeah. There's lots of opportunity to create what you want. And obviously it's not going to happen overnight, but at least getting started of opening up the table and inviting people to your seats, I think that's an incredible way to start your journey with networking. Thank you guys. We'll see you on the next video.